Danny boy.
Yeah, how are you?
Is it a good time?
Yeah, I mean, it's lunch, so we'll probably miss Manny, but, he never answers anyway.
Such a negative Nelly, you. So are you able to see the
I'm from
document at
fucking New
all?
York. Of course I'm negative.
Are you able to look at the document?
No. No, I'm working.
All right, Quorum, New York. This is the first call to this location. Tell me about this store.
It's a big store, 6,000 square feet. Machines are getting pretty old. Most of the barrels, right when you open for the wash machines, has that rust spot right there. It's fairly clean, but it's definitely, they're trying to keep up, but the machines are getting old. So
The better way to tell with
88
front loaders
compliant
is by
bathroom.
spinning the drums, and if they aren't freewheeling and you hear that crunch, then you know that they're bad.
Well,
not a bad looking store. 6,000 square feet. That's massive. There should be about 300 machines in here. It looks like they're not using all the space.
mm-hmm.
Store for rent sign. That's next door in another suite, I assume?
Correct.
All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, I'm looking at a store for lease sign, a commercial space. My name's Danny.
Hi, Danny. Call from you. Got a 480 number?
My cell phone, my friend.
Okay. All right. Tell me more.
Are you the agent? Do you own the building? I'm not an agent. I'm actually looking for commercial and retail in the tri-state area. My name's Danny. What's yours?
No. Yeah, my name is Zach. My grandfather is the owner of the building.
Very nice.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be hostile in any way, shape, or form. We do get a lot of spam calls, so I was just a little thrown off when I did not see a 631 number, and it was actually a person on the other line. So forgive me for that.
Okay. Well, I'm looking to lease space long term. This is my cell phone. I have a house in Arizona. Got a boat moored in San Diego. I own some property in Mexico. I could go on, but we are local, and I am not a broker. I'm looking for commercial retail space. Can we talk?
Absolutely.
Oh, good. All right. I thought you had somebody on the other line. So I'm from Brooklyn, so I get it. Attitude doesn't bother me at all. I'm looking at 1 Glenmore Lane, Suite 10 in Quorum. There's a laundromat space there.
Correct. So there is a laundromat space there that occupies about half of that strip plaza.
Right. And Zach, you don't operate the laundromat. You have a tenant there, I assume.
Correct.
Okay. I am interested in that space, to cut to it. I've been doing laundries in the tri-state area for 15 years. And my partner and I, like I said, we're local. We're always looking for space where we can expand, put another store in. Look, this isn't a bad store. We've walked it more than once. I look for sort of decrepit laundromats with old equipment, no proper operating procedures. You know what I mean. Then I'm interested in signing a lease. We are the entity that's going to run and operate the place. We retool it. We put new equipment in. Like I said, I'm not a broker. I don't flip or sell my laundries, to be clear. And if you're thinking, well, screw this guy, I've got a good tenant, they're great, they pay on time, wonderful. We probably don't have much to talk about. Call this an introduction at that point, Zach, because I want you to remember me when they do decide they no longer want to renew. And who knows, you and Granddad might say, we don't want a laundry here, we want to put a Rite Aid in. God bless you, that's your decision, it's your building. But if and when the time comes, maybe it's now, I don't know. But I want to be crystal clear again, I'm not trying to push your tenant out. Can't do that, don't want to do that. And I'm not looking for your...
definitely appreciate the call.
Good.
So what I can do is I usually swing by there once a week. Next time I run into the owner, I can mention that essentially there's someone who, if and when the day comes, if they're interested in selling.
I appreciate that, Zach, and you're obviously a thinking man. At no point do I want to purchase this or any laundromat, and that might be the disconnect, but I'll explain. I'm calling you because you own the building. I don't see value in purchase. It's a simple matter to buy laundromats. I did that 15 years ago. Big mistake. And I don't want to get into the detail. I spent 250 grand I shouldn't have spent. So I don't do that anymore. All of my laundromats later, I'm doing what I'm doing now. And I appreciate your saying that. It's a simple matter to call this guy and say, hey, I want to buy your store. Why would I? If he sells it, it's already failed. Does that make sense? Why would he?
Got it. So essentially what you're looking to do is when they are looking to close the doors, you'd like to potentially step in. Am I getting that correct?
Sure. And you keep mentioning they, them, the operators, the owners. I can certainly understand a predicament there, but I'm not interested in what they particularly want to do. Here's what I mean. If I called you today and you said, man, they've been a pain in my ass for years. They don't pay on time. They're slow in paying. Their machines are broken. I know that 50% of their equipment is broken down. I've been in the store. I can do that. I can walk in as a customer. I can check the machines. I can tell. You know what I mean? There's just some procedures that we change. So I'm not a bad guy. I sleep well. I don't boot out existing operators. Again, I'm not looking to do that. But I want to communicate with landlords. You. If and when the time comes. We're so used to people selling newspapers, aren't we? The phone rings and this guy wants to do something, like you said. It's a spam call. He's out of state. Well, we're not. It's my cell phone. You've got it. If you call me at 3 a.m, I'll look at it and go, what does Zach want? We're not a large corporation. We're a big laundromat company. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah. So if you'd like to leave me the information of your company, it
Perfect.
happens to be just so I'm being, so you know where things are. They happen to be one of the few tenants that are, I shouldn't say few. They're one of the better eggs. They've
Good.
been paying on time for a long time.
Love it.
So I
This is
don't
a
know
great-
what the future holds.
Yeah, this is a great business. And like I said, I'm looking at a dozen stores I'll be calling on Long Island today. And when I saw this one, I'm not going to omit the store. Danny wants to call Zach and make an introduction. Nothing lasts forever other than my marriage, right? I mean, eventually this store, they'll either retool it with new equipment or they will decide to close the doors or they'll stop paying rent. And if that happens, let me know if and when. What's your email address?
Certainly
I'll send you an
appreciate the call. So
Yeah, sure,
I got your
sure.
first name.
Yeah, Danny D'Angelo. Is this your cell?
This is it's a cell. It's not
Okay.
my personal cell.
Well,
It's
just-
the shopping centers.
Zach, text me your email address and I'll send you some info on us. Happy New Year.
Oh, that sounds great.
Let us know when something changes here.
Okay, will do.
Thank you, brother.
Also, do you do no, you know what? Never mind. We do have a vacancy.
Yeah, it sounds like the sales
there.
portion. Good for you, Zach. We don't build laundromats from scratch, if that's what you're getting at. So the empty space where we saw your sign, I can't help you. And that's a great question because, hey, maybe you want to, and you were thinking about it, but then you're like, well, shit, I can't have him build a laundromat 2 doors down from my existing laundromat. Correct. I'm not reading your mind, trust me. But I wouldn't do that either because of the massive expense in building a laundromat. You know what I mean? I'm looking at another store and I'll be making another call here in 2 minutes and that landlord will say, yeah, the guy's a real pain in my neck. What do you want to do? And we move on with a lease. Does that make sense?
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
But
I
flip
speak to
side
a
of
lot
that,
schmucks.
flip side
You
of
sound,
that,
like
you
a very
might,
sophisticated individual, investor, entrepreneur, venture capitalist, whatever you are.
well, thank you.
Turnaround guy.
That means a lot to me. Let me say this. When I email you, keep it, save it, because you, the family, granddad, you might buy another plaza in 6 months or 6 years that has a decrepit laundromat or a laundromat with infrastructure, we'll be interested in talking there. And I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Zach. God bless. Talk soon.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
What a nice kid.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds great. Seems like a good landlord to have.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the guy lumping compliments on me. That was nice. That makes my day. You know, he sounds like a younger gentleman, and he did answer, and then he went into some length about exactly who are you, what are, and that's why you have to. It's New York. So what? You don't have to be screaming at each other. And it's my goal to make
I got a little cranky last week, if that's what you're touching on.
No, not at all. You can yell at me all you want. I become your therapist, don't I? I mean, that's my job. On to the next.
On to the next.